So I have said it before, and I'm going to say it again, that I think that a lot of people should start paying attention to Nessa Barrett as an artist, because you have serious and true talent, and I mean that, and you have a really appealing sound. You really do.
Thank you so much.
You know what's funny, singing aside, your voice in general is so unique and raw.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know what it is, but like every time, like I hate my voice. I think I sound so annoying. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I just feel like I sound so annoying. So when like people say stuff like that, I'm like, what?
Oh no, it's so like unique, and you don't realize it. But if we're going to talk about your vocals and your vocal voice, you know, it's very like soft but heavy. That's how I describe it. How do you describe the Nessa sound?
I don't really know, you know. I'm not really the type of singer to like go out there and belt, and like I've had people that like have kind of like pointed out to me that when I record, it's almost like I'm whispering. So soft. And I think that's just kind of like my style. I don't really know. It's just like the most comfortable to me, and I feel like the most like vulnerable, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's so natural though too. It's not forced. It's so natural.
Yeah, like that's how I naturally sing. I mean, I get a lot of comments being like, "Why are you making your voice sound like that?" And I'm like, "No, I've been singing like this since I like all my life."
Well, your single, La Di Die, blowing up on 92 Pro FM. And I'm just going to put this out there. You know, for me, when I do the soundtrack of summer 2021, it kind of stacks up. It's up there for me with a few songs. I know summer just started, but a contender for the song of summer, I'm feeling it.
Thank you. La Di Die was so much fun. I love that song. I think it made a really great transition like within like my music career, and I'm so excited. And it was like a different vibe than like what I ever like kind of came out with before. And so like moving forward, it's kind of cool to see like La Di Die and like that like pop punk rock type of scene, and then in like my future music, like you'll see like certain elements from that. But yeah, it's super cool. I loved it. It was a perfect transition.
It's funny. I want to get in my car and I want to, you know, have a girls' night out where we're all in the car and we're just kind of like scream singing the song.
I love that. I love it.
But you know what? There is a trinity behind this song. I mean, there's a trinity here. It's not just Nessa. Then you add in Jaden and you add in Travis Barker, girl. That is like my teenagehood, okay? What was that like? How did I'm going to call it the Holy Trinity, and how did the Holy Trinity come to be?
Dude, I mean, crazy. Just like having Travis on one of my songs is like so surreal, because I've been listening to Blink since I was in like elementary school, middle school. I was like that weird kid that like wasn't listening to like Katy Perry. You know, I was listening to Blink 182, and so it's just like so crazy. But basically, you know, Jaden is signed to Travis, and me and Jaden have been friends, and we have been recording in the same studio for a little bit. And so La Di Die was originally going to be a single with just me on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then we had a meeting with my team and my A&R, my label, and we kind of thought that it would make the most sense to have a feature because it was a perfect song for a feature. And two, we wanted someone that would ease that transition of going from like the type of music that I had come out with prior to La Di Die to La Di Die, because it is fairly different. And it was in a different space. And so we wanted someone to feature that was already in that like punk world. And my first the first person that came to mind was Jaden, because he was my friend. We've been recording in the same studio, and like he's kind of like leading that like new era of like punk rock and like all that stuff. So with Travis, so we were like, yeah. So I mean, like he got on it, and then Travis got on it, and I don't even know, but it was like so crazy, and it was a really long process, but it felt I don't know, I felt like it was worth it because we were able to make it as perfect as we could.
What was your first reaction when you heard it all blended together?
Um, I don't even remember, but I know like there was a point where we heard it in the car and we were like, this is it, you know? It's like this is what's gonna go out because like before like the final version, we've probably had like 20 different versions of Lottie Die. It was insane. But I think as soon as Travis like put his touch on it and made everything feel so cohesive and perfect, and yeah, that was all we needed.
Did he give you any advice? I mean, he's been in this game, I want to say like more than 2 decades, like 3 decades in the music industry. Did he give you some solid advice on how to deal with all this?
I mean, not necessarily, but I feel like every time I am around him, I learn a lot from him, just about like just from the way that he carries himself. And yeah, he's a very humble person. And I say this all the time, like that's like the one big thing that I think I would take from Travis is the fact that like no matter how big your name is and like who you are, like where you came from, like always stay humble and a genuine person and stay grounded and like be yourself. So I think that's the only thing that I really took away from him. But I feel like I always learn something from him whenever I'm around him.
Yeah, I mean, they were such hit makers at one time. Like that era of TRL, I go back to like that's when I grew up. And it was like I can remember all the music videos too. They just are
Yeah,
such standouts.
yeah, it's crazy, crazy.
I think that a lot of people have preconceived notions about TikTokers, right? That kind of push their way into the music industry. But for
Mhm.
you, I kind of feel like you never had the goal of being an internet star. I get the feeling you always had a goal of just being in music.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it so much. But I mean, I've been doing music since, I mean, I was a kid. I was born into it and like influenced musically at a really young age. I mean, I recorded like my first song in a studio when I was like 4.
Wait,
So
hold up.
yeah,
You were 4.
yeah, So my dad,
I
we always
mean,
had.
let's just face it. I was eating Play-Doh at 4, and you were laying down tracks and songs.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
like it was like so like influence. I feel like I was born it like into it, you know. I was born to like be a singer and like in music it's crazy. Like my parents were like my first Christmas, I was like 1 years old, like 1 year old. Oh my God, I don't even know. And they got me like a kids like studio set up. So yeah, like 1 year old and I um yeah, so at 4 I like recorded in the studio with my dad. And then yeah, I feel like I ever since then like music has always been a big part of my life and has helped me through a lot of stuff and songwriting as well. So I mean, I started like TikTok and like social media as like any other teenager, you know, like just to post my life. And um like luckily for me it like took a really big turn and I was able to gain such a massive audience and platform from it, and it helped me, you know, get out of New Jersey to come to LA and actually follow my dream of being a musician and an artist. And I think it's just so crazy how like everything happens for a reason. But yeah, I've never my my goal and dream in life was always to be in the music business. And so it's just kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, for anyone that may not know, okay, you have nearly 16 million followers on TikTok. And I mean, it's a great foundation to launch a music career. But is that kind of how it happened? Like you showcasing your music on the platform, or was it you were doing music on the side and you got noticed by a manager, a label? Like how did that happen?
Yeah, so I as soon as I started to reach a certain level, of followers. And the more I got comfortable on the app and like in the public eye, I started to share the fact that I could sing, and I was posting a lot of singing videos. And I know one producer saw my singing videos and then invited me to the studio because he wanted to work with me. And then from there, my management heard about it, and then I started talking to Warner, and it just happened like very like quickly, I feel like. But yeah,
the rest is history, right?
I got a record deal, and I've been doing it ever since, so it's just like kind of cool. I don't know.
Well, bravo. I'm very happy for you, because clearly music is just your passion. And, you know, so many artists, they have a different approach to creating music. So what's your approach? Are you inspired by so many different things, or is it you get your head, you go to yoga, for example, like you said you did earlier today, and you get in your head and music just like beats come to you, or music and lyrics come to you, or a message comes to you? Like, what's your approach? Oh,
Am I back?
you are back.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty creative person. I love like, you know, when it comes to like just writing, like I don't know, like I'll like pick up a computer and start writing a book. And then like I also love like drawing and like painting and stuff. So I mean, a lot of the times I'll draw inspo from the stuff that I draw, or I have like a lot of thoughts sometimes where I'm just like, that'll be a good lyric. But when it comes to like me in a studio, I think just like hearing like one note from like a piano, or just like any like type of loop, you know, will inspire something. I take a lot of inspiration from how I'm feeling that day and like the struggles that I'm going through, because I do use music as an outlet and a way to express myself, because I'm not the biggest person in like talking about my feelings. So I think music really does help me let everything out and deal with things. So it's like a lot of my music comes from a very deep and personal level that a lot of people don't really know or can like get from that, but it does. And yeah, so I mean, I'm almost inspired by like everything. It's kind of weird, but like I'll be like reading the back of a cereal box, and then, you know, it's just crazy. But I try to jot down, I mean, my whole notes on my phone is like lyrics. It's like insane. But yeah, I try to jot down every time I have an idea.
No, I love that. I do that too. Like just with my job, if something sparks, I'm like, oh, keep it as like record it as a note on my phone or something,
Yeah.
and then I go back to it all the time.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And music can be so healing in so many ways, and you know, especially when dealing with fame. Like, how do you adjust to dealing with fame? I mean, you have such a fandom from TikTok already, but like now breaking into the music scene, I mean, how do you adjust to that?
It's a slow process.
Sure. I'm very sure.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for, right? Kind of.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, as a kid, I never thought that like I would have to deal with all of the stuff that I have to deal with.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. And before, like, you know, I was in the public eye, I dealt with a lot of mental health issues, you know, since I was really young. And like, so I think as a girl trying to grow up and who constantly worries about what other people think of her, and fears judgment, and not being good enough, being in front of so many people can be so damaging, you know. But I kind of learned that they don't really know me, you know. No one knows me, but the people that are around me every day and like myself. And I just have to remind myself that. And yeah, you know, people can say whatever they want behind a screen because they're behind a screen.
Yeah. You know,
It,
it's like growing
yeah.
pains. It's like a bunch of different things that you have to deal with, and online hate can be so destructive. So like I applaud you for coping with that in a more positive way, because I don't know how you cope with the negativity. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm sure it is. Now, live music, we're coming out of the pandemic. Everybody's ready to break out. And live music was put on like hold for a hot minute, right? Are you excited to get on stage, to get out there and perform?
I'm so excited. Initially, I thought I'd be so nervous and like scared because my anxiety is like, cool. But I've just been getting into like my future music so much, and I'm like so in the mode of everything that's about to come, and I just cannot wait to perform and like put on a show for everyone that supports me. I know the first time that I ever perform in front of people, I'm going to cry. That is a fact. But yeah.
As long as it's a happy cry. I hope it's a
Oh,
happy cry.
yeah, only happy tears. But I'm just so ready. I feel like I have so much energy that I have to let out, and just being able to see other people sing back my songs, I think, is going to be so insane.
Definitely. Is there an artist that you want to see live? Like the first concert that you want to go to now that the pandemic is slowly, we're breaking out of it. Who's the artist?
Probably Tame Impala.
Oh, you definitely have a unique style in music.
Yeah, I cannot. I mean, we're going to Lala this year, so I cannot wait to see Tame Impala perform. It's gonna be crazy. I mean, I just listen to him in my car all the time, so being able to see him live, I'm going to like, but I'm excited.
I think a lot of people are going to go, when they see you in concert. I think I saw there was a tease. You're dropping some new music coming out on June 25th. What's happening?
Yeah, I have a single called Counting Crimes coming out. I'm so excited for that one. Yeah, I hope people are gonna like it. I love it. But yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, I think it's a really great follow-up song from La Di Die, and I think it's going to be a perfect transition and like build that bridge over to my project coming out
Okay, this is a big tease. Okay,
yeah.
we can't be friends if you don't tell me about this now.
Yeah, I do plan on dropping a EP in like a couple months, so I'm excited. I've been working so hard on the music, and it's like all getting finalized right now, and I've never been like so happy and excited to release something. But yeah, I just love it because it's so vulnerable and the most me and the most honest I feel like I have ever been with myself. When it comes to the lyrics and everything, it's insane. But yeah, I mean, Counting Crimes is just starting like a new era for me, and I'm just like, I'm so excited.
So is that where the blonde hair came from? Because at first I thought you went team blonde, and I was really excited being a blonde.
I wanted to dye my hair so bad, just because like I just love switching up how I look and my appearance all the time. But in a future music video, I do plan on having a blonde hair for it. So I want to see how I would feel.
I really, really want to compliment you on your personal style. And like, I don't know, I feel like summer style 2021, some summer trends. Like, what's your favorite trend? Maybe best trend, worst trend? You got one for us?
Dude, I don't know. I'm kind of scared. I hate summer because I'm like a baggy girls type of, I mean, baggy clothes type of girl. That was like, yeah, I feel like I have verbal dyslexia sometimes, but Um,
I'm
yeah,
a part of the club, don't worry.
yeah. I don't know. I think we should get rid of jorts. Like this. I don't.
Just be outlawed. Just outlaw them
Yeah.
altogether. The joy comment is a good one. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Let's ghost her. I don't know. I've also been like, I like the scarf wave going on. I feel like that's gonna be a cute, trendy vibe for the summer. Like those hair scarves. I feel like those are cute.
Super cute. Now listen, I cannot let you go. I cannot let Nessa Barrett go without a mindless game, okay? So it's really mindless. It's a game of would you rather, and it's really just the this or that you choose. You ready to go?
Awesome.
All right,
Yeah.
let's kick it, girl. Would you rather play with puppies or create a TikTok?
Play with puppies.
Is your dog named Blaze?
Yes.
Oh my
dog-
gosh, obsessed, girl.
I love him. He's so funny. I literally think he's like a half dog, half pig. Yeah, he's so funny.
What breed is he?
He's a Frenchie.
No, the coat
Yeah.
thing is like it's.
Oh yeah. Yeah. His like coat is so pretty. I don't know. Yeah, he was
All right,
expensive.
we're gonna play with Blaze all day. Would you rather have a makeup artist or have a nail artist?
I'd say a nail artist just because I don't really like when other people do my makeup. I feel like I can only do makeup and that's like really weird, but I feel the most confident when I do it rather than like when other people do it.
Okay, well, your nail art is insane all the time, so
You know, we love that.
it's pretty dope. All right, would you rather break up with a tattoo or break up with your wardrobe?
Hmm.
I know. I've noticed you got some tats going there. You got some ink.
Yeah, I'd probably say wardrobe just
All right.
because I mean, they're permanent.
Well, you know, so I have a few tattoos, and sometimes you're like, "Ooh, I kind of regret getting that one."
Yeah, I have one, I'd say.
Would you rather hang out or would you rather go out?
I'm such a both person. I don't know. I mean, like I feel like I'd say go out now because I'm so tired of being cooped up from COVID and quarantine. I'm like going insane in the house. But yeah, we'll say go out for today.
Girl, a night out. And finally, would you rather be blonde or be brunette?
I'm gonna have to say brunette just because I just gotta stay in the dark side. Yeah, we're dark over here. Want to be emo, so I'm kidding. But yeah.
All right, girl. Well, you broke my heart there. It's fine. Guess
Oh,
what? Guess what, Nessa? I'm not a real blonde. It's fine. Nessa Barrett, the single is La Di Da. You'll listen for on 92 Pro FM. Girl, you are taking the music world by storm. Best of luck.